When you're not looking, from New Orleans, Chris Paul. And at the other guard, from the Los Angeles Lakers, yours truly, the Black Mamba.
And Kobe Bryant in his 13th All-Star game, three-time All-Star game MVP. This the 60th NBA All-Star game. It all dates back to 1951 at the old Boston Garden. I don't think they went through this procedure at that time back in 1951. With the concept at that time originated and encouraged by Walter Brown, the original owner of the Celtics. A win for the East. Easy Ed Macaulay of the Celtics, the MVP. The East has won 36 All-Star games. The West has won 23. Last season in Dallas, East with a 141-139 victory. Dwayne Wade winning MVP honors. The officiating crew, Bob Delaney in his 24th season. Benny Adams in his 16th. In his first All-Star game, for Delaney his second, and Kevin Fear in his 16th season. Sparkling uniforms being shown by both East and West.
I'm pretty sure Adidas made the uniforms. I'm just
you think?
I'm guessing.
As well as the warm-ups, you think? Very form-fitting.
A lot of three stripes out there.
Yeah.
It'll be Tim Duncan, who is in the starting lineup for the injured Yao Ming and Dwight Howard, and it's controlled by the East. Derrick Rose of the Chicago Bulls gets it to Amari Stoudemire of the New York Knicks. And here is LeBron James. Lead pass broken up. Stoudemire is right there.
Interesting to see the matchup right off the bat. Stoudemire and Carmelo Anthony. These two could be teammates in the next couple of days if a trade does go through.
Here you go, throwing things out there already.
Here's Kevin Durant, who leads the NBA in scoring at 29 a game. Well, throughout this weekend, there has been much speculation regarding Carmelo Anthony, with Dwight Howard taking that lead pass. I should say Amari Stoudemire taking that lead pass from LeBron James.
Well, Chris Paul got caught in the switch and was trying to guard Amari Stoudemire. Nice job throwing the ball over top for the easy lay-in.
Durant for three. And rebounded by Howard.
I know, almost like his three-point competition shooting last night. Only making having 6 points out of the 25 total ball shooting.
Yeah, he really struggled, and sometimes guys in their first appearance in that contest can lose their rhythm a little bit. I think that's what happened to Durant.
Chris Paul called for that foul. Three-point attempt from Howard.
Well, very small lineup for the West when we look at the forwards. Anthony and Durant, really both small forwards, and yet one of them has to guard Amari Stoudemire, which is one of the reasons you've seen Stoudemire get two quick hoops here early.
And here's LeBron going to the reverse. Back comes Bryant of the Lakers, a team that has struggled, losing their last 3 games. Kobe able to bank it high off glass and losing a game to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The lead pass intended for Rose. This after they had beaten the Cavs by 55 in their previous meeting. Should there be concern in LA?
Well, I think so, but I don't think people should be writing the obituary for the Lakers quite yet either, as Carmelo misses the jumper. But there seems to be widespread panic among Laker fans. You know, just reading the letters to the editor, it's just amazing what happens when a team that's won 2 consecutive titles all of a sudden has a little dry spell. But yes, that Cavaliers loss was alarming.
So you're checking those letters to the editor.
Nice journalism.
Just trying to, you know, prepare.
Durant lost the handle as he was fouled.
Well, I was just wondering when Kobe Bryant is going to establish himself as being the face of this All-Star game, especially here in Los Angeles. Marv, you talked about the 3-time All-Star MVP. One more would tie him with the Hall of Famer Bob Pettit. Go back to the situation of, you know, the Lakers and so forth. I just think they're bored. You know, when you won twice in a row, and you can relate to this, Steve, you know, I think in the West, they only fear one team. And that's sad to say, but I think it's the San Antonio Spurs. But it's not a light switch. You can't turn it on and off. And that's the problem.
I agree. Emotional fatigue. Remember last year they lost 7 of 10 to end the regular season, and they almost got upset by Oklahoma City. Breakaway here for Carmelo Anthony. And then, of course, the Lakers went on and won the title. So there is some fatigue.
Dwight Howard off the alley-oop from Amari Stoudemire. Back to the fear of San Antonio. How about the Dallas Mavericks?
Wow. They should be scared of Dallas, too. The Mavericks are really good this year.
Bryant played by Rose, finding space on the baseline. What a move by Bryant. Somehow he was able to find the opening.
Well, you know, people are saying Kobe's not 100% because of that knee surgery he had in the offseason, but on that elevation right there, former slam dunk competition winner.
Wade for 3, and it's handled by Carmelo Anthony. Ball going behind the back. Rose able to stay with him. Chris Paul to the Hornets to Carmelo Anthony. A little scoop shot. The steal by Anthony. Then on a switch by Howard. And the ball was knocked out of bounds.
I think he may have stepped on the line, but watch Kobe on the reverse. Yeah, Reggie, he doesn't look tired or hurt on that move. He must be pretty fired up to be playing here. And look at Dirk's reaction. And we're going to see a lot of that tonight.
How about the play of Dirk Nowitzki as of late?
Yeah, we saw him in Phoenix Thursday night. I think he shot 13 for 18. You know, he missed 9 games with that knee injury. And Dallas went 2-7 during that span. If not for that, and Greg Popovich told us this in our meeting before the game, if not for that, Dallas would be right there with the Spurs at the top of the Western Conference. And Pop, when we mentioned Dallas, he immediately, his eyes lit up. He said, yeah, that's a big-time team right there.
And Dirk Nowitzki, a strong MVP candidate. He's among the conversation. Dallas at 40-16. They're second in the West, right behind the Spurs, an incredible 46-10. And the Lakers followed by Oklahoma City. And then there's that battle for 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, you talk about Dallas, you know, everyone thought, you know, you talk about writing the obituaries when Caron Butler went down. But remember, you know, you guys saw the game when Roddy Beauvoir came back just this past Thursday. J.J. Barrett is playing fantastic for them. So they have a lot of pieces to fill in for the injured Caron Butler.
Peja Stojakovic was signed. He's had a few good games from the field for Dallas. So, and Marv, I think we had the same reaction Thursday night. Probably the deepest team, deepest roster in the NBA.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rick Carlisle right now, I don't know what will happen during playoff time, but he goes 10-11 deep.
Yeah, he may have some tough decisions, but of course those better than not having any options, right?
Absolutely.
Steal by Durant. James is back. Here's Durant with the hammer. The tomahawk by Kevin Durant. James rejected by Duncan and fouled. So LeBron will go to the line.
Well, Kevin Durant coming on the backside of Dwayne Wade with the steal right here in the open court because of his length, being able to finish in that size. You see the swipe there by LeBron James.
LeBron averaging 26 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. He has had a terrific season. Miami getting off to the slow start at 9-8. A lot of questions were being asked. Miami now is 41-15. They've won 9 of their last 10, and they are now just percentage points behind the Celtics.
Yeah, his numbers have gotten better and better each month for Miami. I think they were hurt by the lack of cohesiveness in training camp as Kobe knocks down the long 3, but Dwayne Wade missed camp. Once he came back and they got a chance to play together, Miami really came together.
Paul off the steal against Stoudemire. Good ball movement here by the West. Paul gets it inside. Durant, yes. And we're looking at a West squad. The last couple of sequences, not just gunning shots up, they're swinging the ball around.
I'm very impressed with the ball movement here by the West.
A steal by Bryant. Took it out of the hands of Wade. Able to stay in bounds and then fires for 3. A long rebound handled by Rose. Gets it down to Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire who's playing with a sprained big toe. There's a question as to how many minutes he will go. Nice give and go. Duncan with the finish.
That's for them to feed Tim Duncan. It was interesting listening to Greg Popovich on his decision on starting Tim Duncan. Classy veteran, one of the, if not the best power forward this game has ever seen.
I think the only question was, would it be Tim or Pau Gasol?
Right.
And I could understand the choice of Tim Duncan. Now here come the 4 Boston Celtics. And hearing it from the crowd, this is not a Celtic.
I love it.
Favored arena.
How you doing? Doc knows exactly what he's doing.
It's Kevin Garnett,
the enemy's wrath.
Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Rajon Rondo checking in. Aaron Williams of the Utah Jazz will come on for Chris Paul. Dirk Nowitzki will check in. Pau Gasol's come on for Duncan. Kobe Bryant remains on the floor. Our question to Doc was, who will be the 5th member along with the 4 Celtics? Well, it is Dwight Howard.
Now, those are the biggest decisions that the coaches have to make. As Ray Allen airballs a 3 and hears it from the crowd.
Yes, he does.
But the coaches really, I mean, there's no strategy. Right? This is all about divvying up minutes and trying to figure out, how can we get everybody on the floor and not anger anyone so that they're maybe a little upset come playoff time when they're playing against the Spurs or the Celtics.
Speaking of anger, as a foul is called, there was not good feeling between Kevin Garnett and Dwight Howard off a couple of incidents in games this season. And here's Dwight as the lone member of the East remaining on the floor.
You think Dwight's looking over his back every time up and down the floor with these 4 Celtics on the floor with him?
Ray Allen called for the foul.
And that's the most recent time that 4 teammates have made it, the 2006 Pistons. And Flip Saunders, I think, was the coach of that All-Star team, and he, too, put all 4 of his players on the floor at one time.
And it became a real game at that point. It was just a wild playground-style basketball. Then the 4 Pistons entered, and it was real basketball.
They started running their sets. Of course, the other guy didn't know what was going on.
The West up by 9. We're halfway through this first quarter. Pierce. And back comes Darren Williams.
Even Pierce gets booed here in L.A. He's from Inglewood, grew up here going to Laker games. And even Paul Pierce, when he gets the ball, immediately gets booed by all these Laker fans.
Fade away by Anthony. The ball is right there off the deflection. Good start here for the Weston squad. 8 of 15. They're shooting 53%, and a foul is called. The 10-2 run by the West. Anthony called for the foul. Dwight Howard for the East squad. West up 21-10.
First quarter.
Welcome back to Staples Center. The West leading by 11. Reggie mentioned what a busy weekend has been for rookie Blake Griffin of Los Angeles Clippers, who's not only fulfilled expectations, but has surpassed them, highlighted by soaring over a Kia automobile to win the Slam Dunk Championship. But the All-Star celebration has been accompanied by a heavy heart. On Wednesday, he found out that his best friend growing up, Wilson Holloway, passed away from Hodgkin's lymphoma.